Welcome back to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Young Abachi. This is episode 137. Remember to subscribe to our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube by searching Blog Access 101. And if you do fantasy sports, click the link in our social media pages with the impact of basketball on live NBA game viewership survey. If you knock it out, we greatly appreciate it. Here today, my co-host Rod. What up, Rod?
You.
Much. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Eagles-Cowboys Showdown. Obviously, no Jalen Hurts. You try to bet Kyle $200 on from the Cowboys against them because you kept trying to gas Gardner Minshew. You're a wild bull.
Love Gardy. He was good. I thought the Jaguars should have kept him, but you got to get Trevor Lawrence. So
Right. Interesting. But yeah, so they without their backup, so now it's like a reversal of roles. Obviously, we first played, then we had our backup. Now they got their backup in against our starter. So I thought we was gonna win regardless of whether Hurts played or not. I can't say a no-brainer now. After last week debacle against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
mm-hmm.
But I feel confident about this one. I was a little hesitant at first, but then I'm like, this is Dak rarely loses to the Eagles in his career. So I felt pretty confident about the Cowboys winning today.
Yeah, should be easy money. Did you
Yeah,
freeze? You didn't freeze.
yeah.
Should be easy, though. They in Dallas too. In Dallas. Again, I love Gardner Minshew. It's not gonna be their fault that the Eagles lose, but in Dallas, playing a team you beat once already, it's hard to beat a team twice. It's even harder to beat a team when you beat them with their backup quarterback and didn't beat them convincingly. So even though Dak hasn't been super impressive, lots of turnovers recently, but still, this should be an easy day for the Cowboys here.
Yeah. With Dak was 7-3 in his career against the Eagles, about to be 8-3 today. That's a great record to have. Too bad LR is not here yet, because he loves having these records. So they're doing these stats. So 7-3 was a major key. Is that the teleport?
Oh no, we got some champagne. We being classy out here. Shout out to Corbell with the sweet Cuvée.
Oh, but yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a good game. It's saying that Micah Parsons is questionable with illness, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe we're playing a little bit of cat and mouse, maybe we don't need Parsons if they got Gardner Minshew. But I'm not putting anything past anybody after last week's debacle against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The game shouldn't have been that close. So what I need today in fantasy, I forgot to say. AJ Brown, if you get a couple touchdowns for me, I would not be mad at that. Gardner Minshew, please target him the entire game. But Jeff still got to lose though. I got the Cowboys. But hey man, that's what happens with fantasy, man. Sometimes you bet it. You hope the players, the opposition players, do enough fantasy wise, but they still lose game wise, score wise. But yeah, man. So it's a good week. Got 4 leagues, fantasy football semifinals. One I got bounced the first week last week in the first round against my cousin. Hopefully he wins it all, so I can say I lost to the champion in that league and become the champion in my 4 other leagues.
There you go. Good fantasy season for you. I got 2 teams alive. My big money team is still alive though. So.
Oh yeah, that's a major key right there. What's
Yeah,
the projections for this week?
so I'm supposed to win, but it's all for me. It's all looking like it depends on Joe Mixon in one league and then Saquon in the other league. My cheap league that I don't really care that much about is my work league, but Zay Jones kind of let me down to start off the fantasy week. So
I could have told you not to start him again. It was a one-hit wonder.
I ain't had nobody else. It was either him or Michael Gallup, and I was like, they act like they don't even want to throw to Michael Gallup.
Gallup have a good. He usually plays well against the Eagles.
Yeah, I should have played him. Now, if I knew what I knew then, or if I knew what I knew now,
I'd ask questions. G.
But yeah, Michael Parsons better play. You can't talk trash and call it a system situation and then not play. And to his point, if it is a system situation, we should have a really good game with Gardy. But yeah, still a Cowboys win in my eyes.
I love the energy there. All right, man. Let's jump to the Christmas. This is nice, man. You got Saturday NFL football, then you got Sunday basketball, and I mean a couple NFL games. But who the hell's watching that on NBA basketball Sunday, Christmas? So let's start off with the first game. Sixers and Knicks. It's disrespectful that we're the first game. I feel like they should have put the Lakers and Mavericks at the first game, but it is what it is. I'm taking my Sixers winning that one. They came back down 20 yesterday against the Clippers. Shout out to Norman Powell, though, man. You look like you're back. I'm mad I had you on my bench in fantasy. It won't happen again, champ. Let's see who else. So I'm taking the Sixers over the Knicks. I say we win by 7 or 8. Lakers Mavericks. I don't know why this game is on TV. I feel like at some point, if a team is playing not good, I feel like they should get removed from the Christmas schedule and add somebody else. I would have rather watched the Pelicans. I know you're not gonna like that, Rock, because you're a Lakers fan. But you guys suck. There's no way around it. You guys absolutely suck. No Anthony Davis. You guys might get beat by a 20 piece tomorrow against the Mavericks. So that's my second one for that one. The third game, you know how I feel about my guy Jason Tatum. I definitely have the Celtics winning that game. It's going to be a good one. I don't know if Middleton probably be out again, so definitely I can see it around 5 or 6 Celtics win. Warriors Grizzlies. This is actually going to be a good game if everybody plays. But I'm taking the Grizzlies. Shout out to Desmond coming back last night.
That's the game that shouldn't have been on.
Wow, that one that's the one you're saying that shouldn't have been on.
No Steph. Like this is like the Grizzlies are going to win by 30.
That's a good point. Suns Nugget, man, another terrible one. I'm taking the Nuggets. Devin Booker out. It's not looking good for them. So we saw what happened to them yesterday against the Grizzlies. I went downstairs in the first quarter to get some teleport. Came back up, they were down 20. I said, "What the hell happened?" This hit faster than the teleport. So yeah. But yeah, what do you think about those 5 games? Who you got for the Sixers and Knicks? And then just go down the list.
First, let me talk to Vegas. Sixers and Knicks. Sixers only favored it by 2. That's wild. I don't know what's going on in Vegas. Sixers should win easily. I know the Knicks are like 8-1 in their last 9 games. Lost yesterday on a buzzer beater to a not that great Bulls team. But yeah, they were just playing bad teams the whole time. So that little 8-game win streak or 8 out of 9 is like so misleading. I know the Sixers haven't been that impressive this year, but still got Joel Embiid, easily the best player on the court by far. Then the Sixers should have everybody but Maxey, so it should be an easy day for the Sixers, easy Christmas for them. Right. Then my Lakers, Mavs, no shade. I don't know why we throwing shade at my Lakers. I mean, no AD is obviously big, but we 13-19. We ain't like trash.
Oh, okay.
LeBron and Luka on Christmas is all you need. I don't even care how well the teams are playing. Like I would watch LeBron versus Luka on Christmas every time. Like put them in there. So, plus the Mavs aren't that good either. They like if we 13-19, they probably like 17 and like 15 or something. So we could win that game. I don't know if we will, but we can. So yeah, I got Sixers, Mavs, Bucks and Celtics is the highlight of the day.
Yes, indeed.
I think that 5 o'clock slot is probably, or that 5 o'clock Eastern slot is probably the place to put them. I don't even know how it's supposed to go on Christmas. I know like with football, the night game is where it's supposed to be at, but middle of the day shouldn't be too lit, but should still be, a little grooving, a little dinner in you already. So Bucks Celtics. I think the Bucks just took a loss. So I'm gonna pick them just to not lose 2 in a row.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a toss-up game. 22-10, 23-10, top 2 teams in the East. Giannis is going to be I mean, Jason Tatum is more skilled than Giannis, but Giannis is the most impactful player on the floor whenever he plays, like no matter who else is on the floor. So going with the Bucks. Grizzlies over the Warriors by 30. That's easy. Like healthy Grizzlies team, younger Grizzlies team, not healthy team, older Warriors team.
Shout out to Brandon Clark yesterday, 20-9. I did not expect that on my fantasy because he was definitely about to get cut. That might have kept him another 2 games. That might have kept him another 2 games. My fault to cut you off.
No, you're good, Brand. I got like a 6-man rotation of dudes who I always can just grab from free agency and the waivers, and he was definitely one of them. So like, whenever I go to look for one of my guys and they're not there, I'm like, who got my mans? So now I know that you're the one who has Brandon Clark. That's good to know. But yeah, Grizzlies by 30 tomorrow. And then Suns Nuggets sounded good on paper until you realize Devin Booker's not there. Denver's only favored by 4.5, which is weird. If no Devin Booker, take the Nuggets on the spread easily. Like the spreads are crazy. I don't know why Boston's favored it by 4.5. Like there's money to be made tomorrow on Christmas. They're trying to give out gifts. Dallas is favored it by 8.5. Like what is happening to Vegas?
I can see it happening. I can see a 20-piece coming for the Lakers.
We gotta come out losing to the damn 8-24 Hornets.
Oh boy. Let's jump to college football. LR still muted.
Oh,
my fault. I'm unmuted.
Look who in here.
You want to give your basketball picks
for tomorrow? Yeah. The first game, Sixers Knicks. I had it at the Knicks for a little bit, but after the last two games at home, I gotta go with the Sixers because I can't see them stopping Joel. 2:00 game, is that the Lakers Mavs?
Yep.
Oh, that's easily the Mavs. Lakers are the Lakers just lost to the Hornets. They can't stop nobody. So if the Mavs is making the threes and Luka he just dropped 50, yeah, there's no way I'm going against the Mavs. But Rob was right. That is gonna be a good game. But Celtics, Bucks, the Bucks can't beat good teams on the road. So until they can, I'm always gonna fade them. So I'm going with the Celtics, although they've been looking sloppy recently. 8:00 game, probably Grizzlies Warriors. I'm assuming. Grizzlies. I don't even know how that spread's only -4 still. That just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm gonna take advantage. And then the late game, the Nuggets have to play somebody. It's -4, so it's somebody that's kind of good. It probably is the Suns. I'm thinking it's the Suns. So if it's the Suns, oh yeah, it's easily going to be the Nuggets. That's probably going to be another blowout. So, it's a good. It looked like a good slate of games till injuries hit, but I'm still going to enjoy them.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, let's go to the college football playoffs. We'll start off with Georgia versus Ohio State. We're gonna need a miracle. Jackson Smith. He's obviously sitting out preparing for the draft. I always understood with some players, like they sit out, they just playing like some ordinary bowl game. But I feel like if you're playing to try to play for national championship, I feel like this can only rise your stock, especially when you playing number one seed. Obviously the best team in college football in Georgia. Everybody's scouts gonna be looking at this game, and then you just not playing this game. It might rub other teams the wrong way to be like, oh, this guy show for the big game or team. So I personally thought that was a bad decision, especially it was being in the, I guess you can call this the Final Four of college football playoffs. I didn't understand. I can understand if it was like a bowl playing like Independence Bowl, like a bowl that really doesn't matter, but this is for the national championship. So I didn't understand that one. Obviously I'm gonna be biased and take Ohio State. Again, like I said, we need it. I mean, I feel like we can actually win it. It depends on what CJ Stroud shows up. Is it going to be the one that was the Heisman candidate or the one that played against Michigan? And we looking like, what the hell is he doing out there? Obviously, like he said in a press conference after the Michigan game, he's always going to be looked at as the quarterback that always had good season, just couldn't show up and beat Michigan or big games in general. So, I mean, you get a redo at that playing Georgia. This is probably the biggest game in your career. So he's put up or shut up time. Definitely can help his draft, even if they lose it, but he plays a hell of a game. So all cards on the table. Hope you get blackjack.
I didn't even know Jigba was sitting out. Definitely don't sit out.
Yeah. Is that what?
I didn't even know Jackson Smith and Jigba was sitting out. You definitely don't sit out of the college football playoff. I would.
Yeah.
He was sliding my draft board just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who their agents are because who would tell them to sit this game out? It
I mean,
doesn't make
obviously, you
sense.
get to the point. I mean, I can see it from both views. Like, obviously, get to the point you're like, oh, like I'm already declared a top 20, whatever, and you're like, oh, I don't want to get injured, which is understandable. But this is the national championship. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's get to the Michigan TCU game. I don't know how TCU is at the 3 seed, so they should have been at 4, but they didn't want us to play Michigan again. I understand. But I'm definitely taking those little Wolverines over there as the 2 seed to properly, and I can see actually Michigan winning this. But they struggled before against Georgia as well. Hopefully they redeem themselves if we don't make it past them. But I would like to see a rematch of a Big Ten showdown. We owe them one, actually owe them 2 from last year as well. So yeah, we definitely need to get past Georgia and redeem ourselves against our foes over there in Michigan. But I let Rod start it off. What you got, Rod? Since your team is also in the college football playoffs, I don't know how you suckers keep getting there, but yeah, I mean, well, this is the first time in how long?
No, so we went last year.
Oh, that's right. I forgot, man. Because they might
We got
y'all so bad.
Alabama.
They
Y'all
got smoked.
yeah. I know. Then they got the floor mopping. That's why I forgot they was in it last year. I'm like, but go ahead, Rod. Who you got? Let's start with the Ohio State game. I know you're gonna say, but go ahead.
I mean, we know what's going to happen, but it's not what I want to happen. I would love for y'all, you Ohio State fans, to get the victory over Georgia. I would love that, so
Love
that we
that.
can play a championship game and get an easier title. But we know Georgia about to come out. Stetson Bennett going to get multiple rings and still not be a high draft pick. They are going to wax y'all. Like, I don't know, C.J. Stroud, his draft stock drop, all of that, but. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Georgia by like 21 plus. And then us versus TCU, I can see TCU giving us a little bit of trouble, but us still winning a close game because like Max Duggan, really good player. But one thing about TCU, they always fold at some point, and they haven't yet this year. So this is the time. So yeah, Michigan versus Georgia in the championship. I would love it to be Michigan Ohio State for all the storylines. But we know that's not going to happen. So
Interesting. LR, who you got?
Easily I have Michigan handling TCU, but just because like TCU, like Rod said, they've just been playing around the end of the season. Like how many comeback wins can they possibly have up their sleeve before like they finally get trounced by like a really good team? And I think this is the time that Michigan is actually going to like beat them by like at least 14 plus. Uh, Ohio State, I don't have it being like a 21 plus game. Like I think Rod's just disrespectful. Uh, I
Thank you.
have that being like 14 plus 2 Georgia, but like Georgia and Michigan feel like the same kind of like type teams. They run first and then they rely on their defense. They don't have quarterbacks that are gonna like go out there and kill you. But I feel like Georgia is just, better built. So I do think that when Georgia and Michigan play, that's going to be like Georgia by 10. I can't believe that Bennett is about to get 2 rings. This just was unbelievable his first year in college. I thought he was just going to be the worst thing that ever happened to Georgia. And now, look, he's about to get back to back titles. Anything can happen, anything is possible. Shaq
Okay.
told me that.
Oh my goodness.
I
Um,
can give you the
yeah,
championship. Yeah, I mean, I do got Georgia beating us. I'm realistic enough. Close game though. Take the under. No matter what the under is, take the under.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, depending on what the under is, but yeah, the under.
Anything?
Unless Vegas knows under and it's low.
All right, let's jump to the week 16 picks. I guess I started off. I took the Jets over the Jaguars. I thought they were in a must-win
Ooh,
situation. And they was going to lose. I was wrong.
yeah,
I
what you
took
smoking?
I flip flop back and forth with this Falcons and Ravens game. But I took the Ravens. Bills, I took obviously Bills over Bears, no brainer. I took the Bengals over the Patriots. They're on a 6-8 win streak, no brainer. Got Lions over the Panthers. I took the Browns over the Saints. That's only because Chris Olave is not playing today. If not, I would definitely took the Saints because I don't trust the Browns. I took the Vikings over the Giants, although I can see the Giants pulling an upset today. I took the Chiefs over the Seahawks. Here's why. Here's why I took a crazy one. I took the Texans over the Titans. Texans have been close in the last few games. They always found a way to hang in there. I think this is the one where they win their second game of the season.
You need your black card away for that.
You said what?
You need your black card taken away for that. What, Malik Willis get in and you think the Texans are gonna beat them? That's what you think?
Yeah, like I'm confused there.
I didn't care
I
who
can
was the
start.
quarterback. Tannehill, Willis. If it wasn't Jesus Christ himself walking out there on the field for Tennessee Titans, I was taking the Texans today.
Wow.
I'm taking the 49ers over the Commanders. Cowboys over Eagles. That was a no-brainer. I'm taking the Steelers over.
Wait, whoa. We're not 13-1. I don't see how that's a no-brainer, but continue.
We owe you guys one. We're not worried about that. Dak is 7-3 against y'all guys' career. It don't matter who's out there. Dolphins over the Packers. I took Denver over the Rams. Tampa Bay over the Cardinals. Even though I don't know why I keep picking Tampa Bay for whatever reason. Chargers over the Colts, and that was it. All right, who you got, LR?
Well, I'll start with the Titans one, and sadly or selfishly, I'm actually rooting for the Texans, and so I'm just gonna pick the Texans to win. The Texans have lost 9 in a row, but the Titans haven't exactly played well. They've lost 4 in a row. I'm not really a Willis fan yet. There's time, but I just don't want to see the Titans in the playoffs. I'm just gonna be super honest. I'm tired of seeing them in the playoffs just to get bombed, and I'd rather see Jacksonville in the playoffs. I think what Trevor Lawrence is doing is good. I think that the Jacksonville defense is coming along, and I think that all we need now is for the Titans to take a few losses, and we can finally see a new team from that conference in the playoffs, and I'm ready for that. So I got the Texans winning, but obviously it's for bias reasons and not anything like related to football. The next game, I believe, is the Chiefs playing the Seahawks. I don't even know if we should even have to talk about this game. We know that the Chiefs are about to stomp on the Seahawks. We got the Ravens versus the Falcons. And when I looked at the injury report, they were still talking about Huntley being questionable. So I don't even know who started that game. So just by default, I'll have to wait. Nah, it doesn't even matter. The Falcons are terrible. I'm just gonna go Ravens. I'm gonna go Bengals over the Patriots. I'm going to pick the Bills over the Bears, but I think that game is going to be a lot closer than what people probably think it will be because the Bears are always competitive. Who knows why their defense hasn't gotten together at all this season, but it's really the defense that let them down. It hasn't really been the offense after the first 4 weeks. And then let's see. I'm trying to do this off memory, but now I don't remember. Let's see. Giants, Vikings. I like the Giants, but just marginally. And I mean, a team that got down 33-0, they just beat a bad team. I can't really see the Vikings doing anything the rest of the season, or especially in the playoffs. Lions, Panthers. I like the Lions. I like the Browns over the Saints, and I like the Eagles over the Cowboys. There's something about this Eagles team that just feels different, and I don't think Minshew stepping in for Hurts for the last 3 games is going to make a big difference. It's not the playoffs. These aren't like games that he should really stress over. We're 13-1. I think if he comes out, plays relaxed, that he's going to play great. So yeah, I think the Cowboys lose. I don't know. I just don't trust Dak in games against like really good defenses. He
Bro,
has
he's
to prove.
7-3 against y'all in his career. It's about to be 8-3. Please
But
stop.
we didn't always have really good defenses. That's what I'm saying. But this year we actually have like a really good, like legit defense. We have real cornerbacks and everything like that. I just don't see it. I don't see how I see the Cowboys settling for a lot of field goals. I see us getting some touchdowns. I see
First of
us
all,
winning.
Tony Pollard and
24.
Ezekiel Elliott is going to have a field day today. So
I don't see that at all.
okay,
I don't
he
see that at
always plays
all.
well against y'all.
Nah. I look, just remember I said it. I like the Niners. I like the Steelers. Sunday, I can't believe there's even games on Sunday, but we'll just go Dolphins, Rams. Nah, the Rams are bad. We'll just go Broncos and Rams will tie 0-0. We'll go Buccaneers, sadly, over the Cardinals. I wish the Buccaneers had a tougher schedule at the end of the season because I do want to see the Panthers make it and not Bucks. But I mean,
For what?
such is life. Because I am tired of seeing these same teams come to the playoffs just to do nothing. And I just don't think the Bucks are going to go in the playoffs and do anything. We've seen them play all year. They're going to play terrible offense. They are going to play solid defense. They may get close in the fourth quarter, only to let
You can't say the
everybody in
Bucks
Tampa
coming to
Bay down.
playoffs. You can't say Bucks coming to play on. They 2 years removed from the Super Bowl, bro. Then last year, what they made it to the second round?
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, but like the Super Bowl run was more so they played quarterbacks that forward in the playoffs. I'm not gonna say any names. And then last year, I mean, I actually thought they were the better team last year, better than the Rams. They just started very slow, and I mean, the Cooper Cup effect was real. Like no one could stop Cooper Cup last year. That man was on a mission. So, um, but I don't know. I'm just saying. I guess I'm just saying I've seen enough Bucks games this year to know that I don't want to see them in the playoffs, even if it's just for one game. That offense is terrible, and they have so many weapons. It's just not fun football watching them. I'd rather see the Panthers, struggle, but at least they'll be a little bit competitive because their defense is better than the Bucks, and they have they actually have a run game where the Bucks
You
don't have a run game.
you rather seen Sam Darnold and Chuba Hubbard over Thomas Edward Brady.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is Thomas Brady is my favorite player.
Jesus, I don't even know what to think.
This guy's insane.
Well, favorite player like overall, him and Randy Moss are tied. But like favorite player like current state is Lamar Jackson, of course.
All right.
Oh,
I don't know who my favorite player.
who we got, Rod?
Well, first, let me start off by saying that everything in my heart, I think I gave y'all my Christmas list before. I want the Detroit Lions to make the playoffs. So whoever they play today, I'm picking them. I also want the Jaguars to make the playoffs because these have been the lovable losers my entire football watching life. I loved Barry Sanders growing up. Was a big fan of Fred too. So I got soft spots for both of these teams. I want them both to make the playoffs, no matter how it has to happen. They can get smacked the first game they play in the playoffs. I just want them there. With that being said, here are my picks. I picked the Jags over the Jets. I was one of 4 people who did that out of the whole group in the pick'em. So shout out to me. I picked
Put money on the Jags. That was crazy. I didn't think I'd ever do that.
The seasons be crazy. You never think you're gonna come and bet on the Jags on the season, and the next thing you know, that's a trash. Zach Wilson is trash. We should have talked about how Zach Wilson and his career in New York is over. But yeah, he's toast. But we also I thought he was trash coming out of college. So pick the Jags, pick the Raiders over the Falcons because the Falcons are the Chargers of the NFC. They find ways to lose games no matter what talent they have. And this year they don't have talent. So free Calvin Ridley. We'll see you next year. Bills over the Bears. That was easy. I didn't have to think about that. Bengals over the Pats. Bengals already scored, so shout out to the Bengals. Damn, the Lions are down 7-0 to the Panthers. I don't feel good about that, but
the Lions tied it. It's 7-7.
Oh, we love it. Yeah, they scored.
Yeah.
Who scored for the Lions? Please say Swift.
Who's Swift? I can probably tell you it probably wasn't Swift. Yeah, it wasn't Swift. Some guy that I don't really know. Zylstra.
There's always some guy at the end of the year. Like your regular fantasy stars aren't stars.
Yeah, it's literally some random guy. That's the difficulties of the fantasy playoffs sometimes. But I still love it.
Pick the
as long
Browns.
as Dobbins doesn't score, I think I'll be good today.
All right.
We need Dobbins to score. Chill.
All right.
Nope, we need Dobbins to not score.
Oh, maybe J.K. Dobbins need a big day from you, brother. I got you on the team in the other league. Let's get it.
Oh man.
Go
I got the.
Cowboys.
I feel like the Saints only have Alvin Kamara. Like Olave is not playing.
Yep.
They didn't free my man Jameis all year, so they deserve all the losses. I picked the Vikings over the Giants. I don't even remember doing that. I would love for the Giants to win, but
Interesting.
the Vikings are riding an emotional high, so hopefully they keep it going.
Wait,
Um,
time out. Do you know the Lions need the Giants or like the Commanders to lose for the Lions to make the playoffs? You shouldn't
oh,
be rooting for the Giants.
we'll get to the Commanders. Don't worry.
Okay.
Chiefs over Seahawks. I mean, I hate the Seahawks. The Chiefs are like the better team by far. That was easy. Titans over the Texans. Malik Willis. I want him to go out and run for 100 yards and throw for 300, and that's what I expect against this JV team. So we'll see. Niners over the Commanders. I love Taylor Heineke. Still not good enough to beat the Niners. Cowboys over the Eagles. I love Gardner Minshew. I just don't think you beat a 10-win team twice in one season. I just don't see that happening. So I got to reach out to Kyle before 4 o'clock, try to get some money out of him. I picked the Raiders over the Steelers. I might change that live right now. I got the option to change that. Nope. The Raiders have Devontae Adams and the Steelers don't, so I'm sticking with it. Pick Green Bay over Miami. I can't even tell you why I did that. I believe in Aaron Rodgers, though. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs. 12% chance, but at least they hung in it all this time. Pick my Rams over the Broncos. As bad as the season as we've had, the Broncos have had a little bit worse of a season. And yeah, Russell Wilson, I think he plays, so good for him. But he's gonna take that L.
Oh boy.
Chargers over the Colts. I don't think the Colts win another game all season unless they play the Texans again, which I'm not looking up the schedule to find out. And who the hell put this game on Monday Night Football? It must just be for Disney Channel because nobody wants to watch the Colts. And those are my picks.
Interesting. Alrighty. Wild moment right there. But anybody want anything else before we get off here?
Brittany Griner is home. What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
Eagles. Ain't nobody worried about Brittany Griner right now. Go
Oh
Eagles.
my God. Oh yeah, we're about to get canceled. LR is out of pocket. Good to have you back home, Brittany Griner. Get your mind right, and we'll see you in the WNBA season. Go Cowboys, though. Dak, go 8-3 today against these career-wise against these Eagles. Where LR tries to turn, looks terrible.
Right.
But yeah, man.
To mute your phone to drive.
Right. But I guess he was trying to park. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys coming out.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
See you guys in the future to watch this Eagles game.
He said I'm out. All right.